What's up, you guys? Welcome back to WideBody Nation. This is the first video of our theft deterrent string of videos trying to help you protect your car against the rise in vehicle theft and vehicle related crime that is sweeping the nation in 2021 and 2022. With that being said, we're going to watch a few videos to start this off to see what some of the most popular ways they are stealing these vehicles, and then we're going to go over the products that could have saved these people's cars, or at least it made it so much harder for these thieves to steal that they probably would have just moved on to someone else's car, because that's really what we're doing here. We aren't locking these cars down 100% like Fort Knox, never get in, never get out. We're really just putting up so many hurdles, so many zigs and zags that it's just so inconvenient and raises the stakes so much for these criminals that they just move on. They either quit or they go to someone else's car or whatever it may be. Okay? So appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you're subscribed so that you see the actual product reviews that we have coming out. I've got multiple companies that have contacted me. They're going to be sending me products for us to give our honest opinions on. So if something's $50 and it works great, I'll let you know. If something's $500 and it stinks, I'll let you know. And anything in between. With that being said, let's go ahead and hit the play button here. I have it muted, but forgive the quick audio or the quick visual 90-degree to the right there. But you guys will see this all the time. A lot of times these thieves show up in either a stolen vehicle similar to the vehicle they're already stealing, or it just happens to be a vehicle that's similar, but they canvass the area first. You guys can see they went in, they went out. Obviously, we're watching this destroyer gray Durango right here. They are backing in. Notice that the Redeye right here, the Redeye Charger, it is not currently broken into. There's no alarms going off. There's nothing going on. The video is going to skip a little bit right here, and it's actually going to change, and you'll see the back window is broken out, and there's actually going to be someone in the car. Now that they're zooming in, you'll see someone's in the car and actually trying to get the car started. Now, this, you guys are correct. In this situation, a kill switch would have helped. It might not have prevented it depending on how long this gentleman has been in the car, but a kill switch in this situation would have helped as far as the car not being started up unless he was able to go ahead and find that kill switch. Now, how he got the car started up, I don't know. There's multiple different scan tools that they can plug in, or they can do remote access. There are other things they can clone your key, and so we're going to talk about some things to prevent that. Now, on the flip side, so we got kill switch videos right here. There's two from Chris Fix, which I recommend highly. There's a battery kill switch video, which is more racing focused, but you could do this as a theft preventative measure for a battery kill switch. And then there's more of just like a hidden fuel cut kill switch right here. I'll link those both in the description below. They are very informative. I mean, this guy's a huge YouTuber. He's very, very good. So if you guys are looking to install a kill switch, I would check these two videos out and, decide which one you want to do. Now, this video, this person steals the car by forcibly breaking into it, similar to the last person who did. Notice that the alarms for these cars do not seem to be going off either, which is pretty concerning that you can physically break into a Dodge and the alarm doesn't go off. I found that crazy. I didn't know that until my first Charger Daytona was stolen in Nashville, and the police were like, "Oh yeah, if they break in the back window, your alarm doesn't go off." So it's news to me. But anyway, this person, again, they show up in a Durango, which you guys are starting to see a pattern here. They show up in a Durango, and he's got the car in neutral now. You just saw the car rock back and forth. Now the getaway driver is going to go ahead and get behind the car. This guy is going to go ahead and sit in the driver's seat and steer the car away as they literally push it away. And so that is where you need a product that is not just a kill switch, because the kill switch would not matter in that situation. Would it prevent him from maybe using a tool similar to the last video? Yes. But the way this guy literally, I have the product right here that covers the neutral strap. And you guys already know, destroyer1320.com, use code WBN, that is for WideBody Nation, you guessed it. And we literally have these plates right here that cover the neutral strap, which is what these guys have been using to go ahead and do exactly what you just saw. In less than 60 seconds, they went from showing up, breaking in, to literally pushing a $70, $80, $90,000 Hellcat away. And a few bucks would have prevented them from doing it that specifically. Now, could they have done something else? Probably. And Destroyer 1320, he actually updated the label now. So it actually comes with the install video. You can just scan the QR code and it takes you right to the YouTube video where you can figure out how to install it yourself after you order it on the website using your code WBN for 20% off. Link is in the pinned comment and the description. But I know you guys are wanting to go into other theft prevention measures. So we got kill switches covered now. We've got the physical neutral strap covers, which you can take off. Yes, just like you can find a kill switch, you can undo the kill switch. You can undo these things. But we're setting up roadblocks here for thieves because they're not expecting to go into a car and have a steel plate bolted down in the center console. And this just in, you guys are smart enough to go use tamper-proof screws. You're not just going to use the 8mm factory screw. That's obvious. 8mm screws, they have to just bring a couple sockets and they're good to go, or even just a crescent wrench or a multi-tool. If you use some tamper-proof screws, or maybe just even like a Torx bit, that's way better than using factory screws. But this is another issue people have been having. These Faraday key fob bags, they are protecting your key fobs because people are cloning key fobs now and doing other kind of shady things. Like, for instance, let's say I kept my key fobs to all my cars like not in the center of my house, like I kept them like right on the edge or right in the garage or something. In theory, someone could come up with their little beep boop bop boop device and clone those key fobs if I just got close, or maybe they were sitting out, like by the mailbox or something, and I was like clicking my car locked or unlocked. That's how they're cloning key fobs. So these bags are supposed to prevent RFID, signal blocking, anti-theft, and stuff like that. So I haven't personally tried one of these, but I have heard of them before, and $15 is not a ton of money to get the alleged protection, but I do need to go ahead and test these out for you. Next thing is the kill switch that we are currently looking into actually doing a demo video for you guys. So we have that here. It comes with a remote control, which is interesting because most kill switches are a physical switch, whereas this one is a remote control. Pretty cool though. This is also on Amazon, $44, and it's a battery kill switch, not a fuel pump kill switch. Just another thing to consider. Again, more videos coming soon on each of these specific items. Another system that I have seen on the internet, and actually they contacted me, so hopefully we're going to be getting one of these products in relatively soon, is car lock. Now, car lock is very cost effective. It's only $49.95 or $49.99, and it's on Amazon too, so it should be pretty easy to get. Problems though, I'm seeing an obvious problem. It looks like it runs off the OBD2 port, and that's probably the first place the thief is going to be looking at, as far as where your tracker, or where maybe they're even just trying to clone your key or start your car with some other device. They're immediately going to unplug your device. Now, it does look like it shows vehicle movement, engine starting, vibrations detected, suspicious vibrations, and harsh accelerations, which is all good, but I assume you can only use this while the OBD2 actual device is plugged in. So that to me seems a little bit. Monthly fee. Okay, so they do have a subscription as well. So I'll do a full thing on car lock. I don't think it's a bad product. I don't think it's a great product. I think it's somewhere in between. I mean, it's $50 and then it's a small subscription fee. So we'll do a deep dive on this, but just be aware, a lot of the products that you see are going to be on Amazon are going to be these OBD2 port items, which is like the first place thieves look for a tracker or for anything. I mean, people have even, the OBD2 port is very obvious, and it's very convenient for thieves to just do a quick cursory check. Now, let's get to the more expensive hardware. I have had Mopar EVTS, which is Electronic Vehicle Tracking System, and this is actually like the Mopar sanctioned tracking service Kind of like low jack a little bit. I can't really say it's like low jack very much, but I actually had this for my 2018 Charger Daytona Destroyer Gray, and this is how we recovered it so fast because I actually woke up. The car was coming off of a Turo rental. That was back when we were still doing Turo here in Nashville, and I'm sleeping up here at my house, and my phone just starts blowing up because the vehicle tracker was like, "Hey, this car is speeding around." It was like 5 in the morning. The car's speeding around. It's in downtown Nashville, which was supposed to be at the airport, so I knew something was up, and it like the rental was over too. So that is when my Destroyer Daytona was stolen because they broke in the back window and started the car up and started driving around in it on a joyride. But the Mopar EVTS literally had a snail trail, so I had like a Google Maps looking thing, which you guys can see in a previous video. I showed you what it looks like. It's like a snail trail, updates every, I want to say, 10 to 20 seconds. And so I was just sitting there next to the police sergeant, and he was just telling his guys, "Hey, he's on 2nd Ave, okay, he's on 3rd Ave, okay, he turned onto Broadway." And so that is how we went ahead and caught or got my car back. They got spooked because they realized the police were chasing them, so they evaded them really erratically and then ditched the car at a school. There was some damage to the car, but I think it was only about $1,000 worth of damage. So, with that being said, what is the drawback? Because I just gave this like a glowing review by accident. Well, the drawback is that it was pretty expensive at the dealership. It was multiple hundreds of dollars at the dealership, and I'll try to see how much these are nowadays because I'm sure it's gone up. And then also you have to pay for the yearly tracking, which is a monthly/yearly subscription, which you have 3 different plans. I had the gold plan, which was unlimited checks and the snail trail. So, I think it was like $200 a year if you paid for a couple years in a row. So it was not cheap. It's not an easy system to install. I've been told that only dealerships should be installing this because it's pretty involved. I didn't tear my car apart to let you know how involved it was, but it even came with like this little SOS switch. So yes, it is a very useful system. Yes, I've actually physically recovered my car before because of this exact system, which is a Mopar sanctioned system. Like they literally sell it at dealerships when you buy your car. I think new and used, because I bought it for a used car, and then I also bought another one for when I got the new Hellcat. So yeah, but you got to pay to play with this system. So I'm going to try to see if I can find something that is similar or better for you guys that is not quite this expensive. Now we're back to Amazon. We already talked about these GPS trackers, so that's about enough for there. Apple AirTags, that's another ball game. Someone had a great comment that said, at least put one AirTag in your car so that if someone else throws an AirTag under your car, in your car, on your car, your AirTag apparently will alert you that there's another AirTag in the vicinity of your car, which could be very helpful because then you know something fishy might be going on. So I'll have to test that. I'll probably get 2 different packs, and then maybe I'll have my wife like try to sneak one on my car or something, and I'll see if it registers on my phone somehow, because I'm not entirely sure how that works, but it made a lot of sense to me. Locking lug nuts is another safety measure that we're going to be going into, but locking lug nuts, you got to be careful. There's a lot of crappy locking lug nuts out there. There's a lot of good lug nuts, but then they come with crappy impact sockets. So then the chrome socket will break and it'll leave you stranded. Like you can't change your tire, whether you're at the racetrack or on the side of the road or at the shop. And then there are some really good locking lug nuts. But again, there's a huge price range here for lug nuts. So we're going to try to see kind of what your best bang for your buck is as far as like some sort of middle ground, so that you guys aren't buying cheap crap that doesn't work or that's going to put you at risk, but you're also not spending an arm and a leg for maybe a little too much product, a little too much quality that maybe is unnecessary. And side note, they do sell at like Harbor Freight and Home Depot and all, they sell locking lug nut key kits, which I own one of them. Like got mine for like $99, and it comes with like the 17 most frequent lug nut keys. So because I had a horrible experience with locking lug nuts at the track, my socket, which they sent me a crappy chrome socket, my socket broke and my car was literally jacked up, front wheels off, and I couldn't put lug nuts on or off because all of my lug nuts were locking, and I didn't have 20 spare lug nuts or even 5 spare non-locking lug nuts to, it was a really precarious situation. I had like 3 lug nuts on. So again, I'll do a whole video on lug nuts and kind of the risks, the pros, the cons, and the cost. But I have a lot of scar tissue with those. And then lastly, for today, we have best GPS trackers that are not the one that I already talked about. So these are more like aftermarket. We have, they're in the couple, some of them are in the hundreds, some of them are really cheap. It looks like it's a very budget pick. Some of them are easy to install, pro recommended, pro is necessary, or they can be DIY. The biggest thing with these is I always worry about is the power source. Like, are they drawing power from your vehicle? Are they drawing power like directly from your battery, or are they into the fuse box, or are they into the OBD2 port? Because those, like we already talked about, the OBD2 port is probably the least reliable spot on your vehicle for these products. So with that being said, I know this was down and dirty. I was trying to keep the video relatively short, but show you guys the plethora of products that we are going to be testing, selling, recommending, not recommending out here. And that's just a quick reminder. Make sure you guys start your vehicle protection journey off if you have a Charger or a Challenger on Destroyer1320.com. Make sure you go ahead and get your Charger or Challenger neutral strap cover. I believe he is releasing the Ram 1500, anything from a Ram 1500 up to a TRX. Obviously, the Rebel is right in between there. I believe that one is coming soon, hopefully within this month of August of 2022, because I've had, I'd say, over a dozen people requesting that, and I've had to tell them that we are kind of in the design phase, in the testing phase, and yeah, just be on the lookout for more products on here. We have the link to the kill switch on here up top, and then we also have the link to that Faraday bag that we are going to be testing out up here as well on Amazon. So go ahead and check out Destroyer1320.com. I mean, if you guys haven't seen anything from us in a while, I would check the website, especially if you haven't been protected yet. If you have a Trackhawk or a Durango or something else like that, we are working on it. All right. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you stay safe out there, and I will see you guys for the next video.